The wisdom of God. In the Old Testament, Proverbs chapter 29, there's a slice of truth and wisdom offered up in harmony with everyday life. He, that being often reproved, hardeneth his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. A proverb that means if you can't take correction, you'll never learn. If you can't take correction and you never learn, others will reject you. They'll do that over time because, well, you never learn. The Bible says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Why? The righteous do right, even to their own hurt. They follow the rules. They do the best things. The wicked, they do what's best for them. And very often they do that at the expense of the people. Why do we have such a horrific tax burden? Why do we constantly read about our government and the individuals within our government who pass laws or do crazy things, and you get elected to national office and you spend about 10 or 15 years, 12 years in Washington, and you come out a millionaire? How's that possible on a $100,000 salary? The king by judgment, the Bible says, establisheth the land, but he that receiveth gifts overthrows it. How does that work? When you receive the gift, it's a bribe. You receive the gift, you are now obligated. Obligated to those who gave the gifts. They know the rules, they know the game, and you do too. You took it, you owe me. May never call that in, but one day I might call you up and say, I need you to do this. And you'll have to do it, because if you don't do it, the nicest thing that will happen to you is that your reputation will be ruined. That's the nicest thing. A man that flattereth his neighbor, the Bible says, spreadeth a net for his feet. We're talking flattery, not praise. Flattery is the effort to get your neighbor to trust you or to like you or to do something for you. Now, some people just flatter everybody they meet. And they do that largely to keep from hurting their feelings. They don't know anything better, and it's not a bad thing in that sense. But they're doing it for the same reason. They want to remain on good terms. In the end, the neighbor doesn't learn how others view him or her, and therefore never sees the need to change. In the end, should your neighbor have a serious personality or attitude problem, he never has the opportunity, the advantage of seeing what others see in him. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous doth sing and rejoice. Evil man sets a trap. The trap he sets is actually for himself. He doesn't know that. His evil antagonizes people and motivates them to either leave him alone or become just like him. And setting snares for this evil man, just as he does for others. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it. The wicked pretend all those who are poor are so because of their own choices. They never consider the possibility that the poor have no idea what's causing their misery. Consequently, letting them languish in what he considers to be their own choices is more than unkind. The righteous consider the cause. The wicked don't even want to ask the question. The Bible also says, scornful men, those who deride others, bring a city into a snare. into an upset condition. But wise men turn away wrath. They dismiss the wrath, send it away. This word wrath literally means the heavy breathing of one who is upset. Scornful men deride others. Wise men dismiss the heavy breathing of the one who's upset. They don't bow to that person's need just because they're upset, that sort of thing. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there's no rest, the Bible says. Why? Because there's no point in arguing with an idiot or with an uninformed person. And this is the idea of the foolish man. Foolish man who doesn't know what's going on, has made no effort to learn what's going on. He might laugh, he might rage, he's angry, he's not, it doesn't matter. He's just all over the place. He has no resting place. No point in arguing with him. He doesn't even know what the game is, let alone the rules. The Bible says the bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just, they seek to influence his soul. It's a wise man. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in until afterwards. There's another proverb that talks about the same idea. Be careful that you don't speak too hastily. Wait until you hear all that's being said before you make a judgment. But here's a fool who'll tell you what's on his mind. But a wise man, he'll hold back. He'll wait. It'll have greater value later. Or it might keep him out of trouble. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Why? Well, because he has taught them that lies are all he truly believes. If a ruler hearkens to lies, you tell them a lie and they believe it. You just don't know what he believes after a while. Lies are all he really, truly believes. So the people around him will probably continue to lie to him. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighteneth both their eyes. The king that faithfully judges governs the poor. His throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof, a spanking, but one he or she understands, along with corrective instruction, gives wisdom. But a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame. Why, Mom? Well, Dad was in the field. Mom had charge of the upbringing of the children. Why can't you keep these kids under control, Martha? It's not that way today. Dads are around more. Moms are out to work. Dads are out to work. Nobody's around much, but they're both around about the same. And the young people are showing the ravages of that policy. It's taken about 50 years. But we now see grandparents who never understood what it was to actually bring a child up in the way he should go. They just kept them alive and made provision for them to go to school or to get a job or to get a bike or whatever. Feed them. But they never really nurtured them. They weren't there. When the wicked are multiplied, when the wicked take over, what happens? Things get worse. The Bible says transgression increases. But the righteous shall see their fall. Correct a son, chastise with words and or blows to the body, and he shall give thee rest. Correct thy son, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Fail in that area, and you get the opposite. Where there is no vision, where there's no clear understanding of what's important, the Bible says the people perish. But he that keepeth the law is something that is clearly understood. It has boundaries. It has power. It is locked in. You keep the law. Happy is he. How can I be happy with laws I don't like? You can be happy that there's a law there. Otherwise, people will be running in and out of your house and tearing up your stuff and taking it off and beating you and killing people and taking your animals and your cars, and nobody would care. A servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understand, he will not answer. All servants? We're talking about slaves here, indentured or otherwise. And just words to them isn't going to matter. He understands the words, but he won't respond just to words. You've got to make it so that he really believes it's wise to do what I say. Human nature. Seest thou a man that is hasty in his words? There's more hope for a fool than of him. He that delicately bringeth up his servant from a child shall have him become his son at the length. An angry man stirreth up strife, and a furious man aboundeth in transgression. Stay away from both of them. There's another Bible verse that says, don't go with an angry man. Talking about a woman marrying the guy. A man's pride shall bring him low, the Bible says, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Whoso is partner with a thief hateth his own soul. He heareth cursing and betrayeth it not. He doesn't condemn it. He doesn't correct it. He doesn't expose it. He might as well be the thief himself. The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. An unjust man is an abomination. An abomination, something disgusting, disgustingly immoral. An abhorrence, especially in terms of idolatry or in the concrete areas of life, the rules and regulations. He's an abomination to the just. And he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. Works both ways. Neither enhance the other in their chosen pursuits. Here's the wisdom of God laid out for us in the Proverbs. Proverbs is a good little book to read every once in a while. Ponder what they're saying. These are truisms, and they work.